The Mushroom Kingdom. Growing up, we all dreamed of jumping into those green pipes and exploring the colorful world of the Mushroom Kingdom. The cheerful music, adorable creatures, and endless adventure make it seem like a paradise. But let's be honest, you wouldn't last 24 hours there. Not even close. First off, let's talk about the wildlife. Nearly everything in the Mushroom Kingdom is trying to kill you. Those cute little Goombas? One touch and you're dead. The turtles. They'll hunt you down relentlessly. Even the plants have teeth. Imagine walking through a forest where every flower is a piranha plant waiting to snap your head off. Mario makes it look easy, but he's been doing this for over 40 years. You, my friend, would be Goomba food within minutes. Then there's the bizarre physics. The Mushroom Kingdom completely ignores the laws of nature as we know them. Blocks float in midair. Eating a flower sets you on fire, but in a good way. Mushrooms make you instantly double in size without any biological explanation. And don't get me started on the bottomless pits that appear randomly throughout the landscape. One misstep and you're falling for eternity. Remember how many times you died playing these games? Now imagine that's your actual life with no extra lives or continue screens. Let's not forget about Bowser, a fire-breathing turtle dragon dictator who regularly kidnaps princesses and commands an entire army. This guy has castles filled with lava. He's constantly rebuilding his empire no matter how many times it's destroyed. In our world, he'd be classified as a kaiju-level threat requiring international military intervention. But in the Mushroom Kingdom, just Tuesday. And unlike Mario, you don't have the superhuman jumping ability, fire flower immunity, or star power to deal with him. The Westeros, where happily ever after, is just a cruel joke the gods play on you right before your brutal demise. George R.R. Martin's world isn't just dangerous. It's specifically engineered to maximize human suffering. Let's start with the basics. The average peasant in Westeros has a life expectancy shorter than a Stark at a wedding. Disease is rampant, medical care consists of maybe try some leeches, and famine is just another Tuesday. Even if you somehow avoid dysentery and starvation, you'll likely be drafted into some lord's army to fight in a war that doesn't care if you live or die. Remember all those epic battles in the show? Someone had to be those thousands of nameless soldiers getting slaughtered in the background. That someone would be you. But maybe you're thinking, I'd be one of the nobles. Sure, because that worked out great for the Starks, Baratheons, Tyrells, and pretty much every other house. Noble life in Westeros is basically a never-ending game of deadly political chess, where the pieces are poisoned, everyone's cheating, and the board occasionally gets flipped by dragons. Speaking of which, dragons. Actual fire-breathing, city-destroying monsters that can turn you into human barbecue faster than you can say Dracarys. And dragons aren't even the scariest threat. The White Walkers and their army of the dead make winter in Westeros less, let's build a snowman, and more, the snowman wants to add you to its undead horde. Let's not forget the delightful social structure of Westeros. Women are treated as political pawns. The legal system consists of trial by combat, and the closest thing to social security is joining the Night's Watch, where you'll freeze to death guarding a giant ice wall from mythical monsters while being told that you're a hero for your sacrifice. And all of this assumes you're not living during one of the many civil wars, invasions, or that fun period when religious fanatics took over the capital and started carving symbols into people's foreheads. So unless your survival skills include master-level political manipulation, expert swordsmanship, and the ability to survive on minimal food in sub-zero temperatures while avoiding plague, wildlings, and the occasional face-stealing assassin, maybe stick to watching Westeros from the safety of your couch. The Wasteland, post-apocalyptic wasteland of the Fallout universe, where nuclear winter meets 1950s aesthetic, and everything wants a piece of you literally. Think surviving a nuclear apocalypse means the hard part is over. That's adorably optimistic. Radiation is everywhere. Remember that scene in Chernobyl where the firefighter picks up a piece of graphite and within hours his hand is melting off? The Fallout Wasteland is like that, but with a fun vintage filter. Radiation poisoning isn't just possible, it's practically guaranteed. Your skin will blister, your hair will fall out, and your insides will slowly liquefy. But hey, if you're lucky, maybe you'll mutate into a ghoul instead of dying. Then you can look forward to centuries of watching your skin rot while humans try to shoot you on sight. And speaking of things trying to kill you, the wildlife situation makes Australia look like a petting zoo. Regular cockroaches are annoying, but radroaches are the size of small dogs. Bloatflies shoot maggots at you. Deathclaws are basically walking nightmares with foot-long talons that can tear through power armor like it's paper. Even the cute animals like mole rats have decided that humans look delicious. Evolution in the Wasteland has one rule. Everything gets bigger, meaner, and hungrier. Then there's the human element. The nuclear apocalypse didn't make people kinder. Raiders will torture you for fun before killing you. The Institute might replace you with a synth duplicate. The Brotherhood of Steel might shoot you for carrying the wrong technology. And let's not forget factions like Caesar's Legion, who've decided that ancient Roman slavery is the solution to nuclear devastation. Your best hope is finding a settlement that hasn't been overrun yet. But even then, you're one super mutant attack away from becoming someone's lunch special. In the Wasteland, clean water is currency. Every can of preserved food is a treasure. The Titan-infested walls. When people imagine living in Attack on Titan's world, they picture themselves soaring through the air with ODM gear, slicing Titan napes like some kind of medieval Spider-Man. But the reality? You'd be Titan food before you could even finish screaming. The average person inside the walls lives in constant fear, packed into overcrowded cities where resources are scarce and military police corruption runs rampant. Food shortages are so severe that when Wall Maria fell, the government sent thousands of refugees on a mission to reclaim the wall that was actually just population control, sending them to die to reduce the number of mouths to feed. Most people never even see ODM gear, let alone get trained to use it. The elite military corps takes only the top 10 graduates, while everyone else gets relegated to garrison duty or worse. That's assuming you even make it through training, where cadets regularly die just during exercises. Then there are the Titans themselves. Imagine walking down the street and suddenly facing a 50-foot naked humanoid with a permanent smile stretched across its face, moving with unnatural speed and agility. These creatures don't just kill you, they devour you alive. The smaller ones might swallow you whole, while larger Titans might bite you in half and let your top half watch as they consume your legs. The psychological terror alone would break most people. And if you think the regular Titans are bad, wait until you encounter the intelligent variants who can strategize, communicate, and specifically target humanity's defenses. The walls themselves offer only an illusion of safety. The society within is built on lies, with the government suppressing technology, erasing memories, and executing anyone who threatens their narrative. The military you're counting on for protection is woefully unprepared, with technology barely advancing beyond medieval levels due to deliberate suppression. Even if you somehow avoid Titans, starvation, and government purges, you're still trapped in a claustrophobic world where exploration is punishable by death, and the truth about your existence is hidden from you. Alright guys, I actually couldn't finish the last 4 worlds. So bear with me, and stay tuned for part 2.